Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Empires 3 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the red French, blah. We got Grand Admiral Thrawn, if I'm butchering that well enough. Spawn top right side as the blue Hausa. We got EwoEwo. When it comes to natives and map for people to ally with, we have nothing. Just a bunch of these reindeer. Plus, we've got a trading post here, which is being manned by a guy pulling a cart, pulling a horse who's pulling a cart. I suppose also down here there's some ox, or musk ox. Aren't ox technically like neutered male cows? So the ox, maybe, right? I saw a video talking about all the different cows, so I may be mistaken about that. Maybe that's just ox in. I'm thinking of. I thought oxen was just a plural term for ox. But either way, it looks like the Hausa player is going for the village doggos. No deck selected just yet. No deck selected just yet. Oh, one shipment now available for the French. And he does go for the 1v1 deck, which does include... Oh boy, are we going to see some sort of stupidly healthy French village play? Looks like it's going to be, it has possibility going to be a prolonged H2 or it could be a fast H3. Hard to say, because the only thing that's really required for a fast H3 is the 700 coin chip. That's really it. But quite a bit of cards here, so it may go for a prolonged H2. H3 looks like pretty much standard French. Overall, it just seems overall like a standard French deck with pioneers. For the Hausa, we got the less rush. Does it mean he's going to rush less or make rushes less effective? A lot of H2 cards, has the 700 coins, so it could be a straight H3. Counter cavalry tactics, Fulani archer combat. We got the Team Singali's rifleman, all the buff up cards. Photo tactics as well. Likely both sides going to go for their light infantry, light cavalry composition. The French, of course, have good access to their unique heavy cav, the cuirassier. Excuse me. And looks like the Frenchman does tame Buck. While blue will go ahead and get a Saskatu for 100 food. Which will, of course, give enough food to age on up. We got the Songhai, which does include the Songhai Raider's big buttons, so he is perhaps going to eye for aggression. Or at least get a contingent force to be aggressive. Because the best way to be defensive is be on the offensive. Your opponent can't push out and attack you if they're stuck in their base, protecting their villagers.
Nuh-uh.
See, 240 health, 342 health, so the Frenchman is much more healthy at the moment. They have the same melee attack at the moment. Never really know. Let's see. Is it a Mir or Raz? I think it's Raz for the Hausa, right? Or Hausa. I really need to sit down and look how to pronounce that name. Is it Hausa or Hausua? I have no idea. I should really sit down and take a look at it. My stream may. This computer. Pick my other computer. Looks fine enough. That's why I have two computers for streaming. One to monitor, one to also monitor. There's a backup monitor. All it being a laptop screen, not being a monitor. Wait. The Frenchman's also aging up with the quartermaster to get a bunch of quarters.
Right.
Quartermaster does give him a nice shipment of wood. Is it 4 or 500? It's 400 wood. Very nice. Wood is the slowest gathered on up. Collecting up naturally by 0.5. Very handy indeed. He's also going for the various initial gang saw. You have the university here providing 1.5 oons per second. He could pull out another university here and trading posts as well. Got the Palace of Amina, which of course is one palace builder, including provided from the university. Forget by the exact amount, however. We also got tokens of influence here. A group of raiders now on the field, ready to roll. And we got the round of javelin riders as well. There is the palace. Gideon Hagia. Barracks not going up against the raiders. Pikemen and musketeers are a good option. French players going for a round of musketeers and a very fine coat. They know as well when it comes to French villagers. They have range resist rather than melee resist. Actuality, when it comes to resisting melee, since regular villagers have melee resist rather than range resist, right? Couriers de Bois and the regular settlers have the same durability when getting hit by melee attacks. That is a large number of raiders. I was not paying attention. Just got around javelin riders and then use the big button there. He got a massive attack force here to be pushing forward with. He could split up. Actually, it looks like they move at the same speed. Usually one cavalry moves faster than the other. The French player has to be very defensive. A round of pikemen wouldn't be half bad, as well as more musketeers. Got a round of Fulani archers on the build queue. And we got the scout moving up the hill. Red's pushing down here. There are no hunts down here. Well, we got a hunts over here for blue. No hunts down here for red, which is... We'll save red a little bit of pain. This trade post may go down. Raiders do have decent siege damage for their cost. Raiders, of course, have pathetically bad siege damage, like all light cavalry. Good number of musketeers, but that may be overwhelmed by this force. They all have range resist, so the melee damage should be good. Gets a nice volley there. French villagers now eating some more of the delicious caribou. I wonder how caribou tastes. There's some Fulani archers, light infantry units. They're more close to the counter unit. They have high attack speed, low damage, good multipliers. Not full skirmish multipliers, but 75% is better than is close enough to 100% in most situations. French village standing engaged. He does have the incredibly high hit points. Yeah, he's not going to be raided relatively soon. We'll talk about that more a little bit later. Musketeers now stuck in melee. I don't see a single carcass of dead villagers for the French. Also, player has 3 villagers. Opponent has 24 French villagers. Also, are higher value than the French or than the regular villagers. Additionally, okay, now they got a queue of the villagers going. There was like a slight delay in queue for the Hausa. Flying archers gain some damage on that villager. Oh, 40% range resist and nearly at 360 health. He's hardly going to take any damage. So yeah, it looks like the French player has research pioneers, does not have wilderness warfare to give them even more health. But those French villagers now have 360 health. Like I said, they have similar durability to regular villagers in melee, but that extreme amount of health at right now plus 100% health, they will stand on quite a bit of beating any source, whether it be melee or range. In this case, especially range, because or calculate the 40% range resist, take the 360 health, times it by 1.4 effectively. Which would approximately 300 times 40 be 120 plus 60, 40%. That be less than 30. Let's just get 25 top of it off my health. Offhand, at 155 health, round. Let's round it. Let's say it's going to be around 600 effective health versus range attacks. Versus Fulani Archer, who does 9 damage per attack. Of course, my offhand math is generally incorrect. Fulani Archers, of course, do have some 5% multiplier versus heavy infantry, pushing their damage 5% of effectively +7, 16 damage, twice attack speed as normal. So they're basically twice as effective as a crossbowman. Which is not hard to be twice effective of a crossbowman. They do cost 105 resources. Similar to the musketeers, 100 resources, but costing gold was also cheaper than wood. Howdy. What is low is low? Talking about the level of the players? Or is my volume low? We got some Gyrots shooting their horns, while the archers backing on off. And Hussars there to help engage the archers. Very, very good choice. The Gyrots, of course, can stun a handful of those Hussars. Slow down a little bit. A lot of free damage here on the retreat. Over here we do have the raiders engaging the French villagers. Looks like some of the Hausa villagers are going on down as well. And we got some levied spearmen here. Levied spearmen are heavy infantry. They're kind of like the sentries available to the Asian dynasties. In other words, the unit don't really want to pull in the field, but they can be useful. So yeah, mostly of our light infantry force playing a handful of levied spearmen to engage the units, so not a bad idea. Musketeers not engaging the raiders, Hussars engaging the raiders. Has a number of javelin riders there, a decent counter cav unit. They're definitely a cheaper version compared to a dragoon. Since I've been doing that Italian video I've been mentioning, once you write stuff down, it's really hard locking memory of memorizing stats. Comparing a javelin rider to a dragoon, javelin riders and H2 have 22 damage, javelin riders have only 10, but twice attack speed, so effectively 20, so they do less damage. The health is, let's see, dragoon's health is 100 with a range resist of 20%, so 40 less health, 10% less range resist. Well, of course, dragoons do cost 200 resources in total, and while this guy has only 115 cost, so pretty cheap alternative to the dragoon. Definitely much more spammable and probably a bit more cost effective. Raiders now engaging couriers. Couriers des boys.
Prêt, votre ordre? Oui. Prêt.
Got around them before trying to pursue forces.
Votre ordre?
6 Hussars, of course, would easily defeat the raiders. Now we do have the hand cavalry hit points being for the French. Probably a good idea to not go with the crossbowmen. It's hard to make crossbowmen any useful. They're effectively only useful against light cavalry. They're only equally effective on 1v1 versus heavy infantry, but he's not fighting against heavy infantry, so. Excuse me again. Going for his cavalry combat, cavalry attack, team cavalry attack, and cavalry hit points. Making his Hussars effectively H2, early H2 Hussars, or H3 Hussars. Raiders to take a bit of damage there. The Hausa player is almost completed H3, going for that kin. Not research Gassina. We don't see Spice Trade either. As H3, a lot of things you can go for. Going for the ×8 Javelin Rider. Also going for the Akim Palm Oil Exports. And Elite Range Warriors. In a granary. Research there. Songhide Raid is available once again. Up north, we got the Hussars coming for a raid themselves. We'll lose a couple of the villagers. And go with the Songhai raid to get a quick reinforcement. But the Hussars are really high quality at the moment, so the Raiders would not win the fight. Down Riders now trying to sprint back home or gallop back home in order to help protect his villagers. They have the same movement speed as those Hussars. Good round of musketeers now pulled in the field. More elite javelin riders here. And these Hussars push forward once again to their death. Oh, just 2 javelins thrown there. Over here, Raiders push forward. They will find the veteran musketeers. Oh, I didn't realize the French player with H3. He must win for the fast age of politician. Crassier on the build queue. Everybody's engaging musketeers, which they will out. But the Gyroths are causing an issue. Just got now around skirmishers here that would be generally pretty useful. If his opponent's going for light infantry, light cavalry, and the Academic Novas, which are heavy infantry, skirmishers are generally a good option. They either be equally effective or super effective. Did lose his musketeers here, going for a shipment of skirmishers bow times 8. Soon have 13 skirmisher. Does have more queued on up. Has plenty of food. Just need a little bit more coin. Also has idle villagers here. That's not good. The army's around trying to find an opportunity to engage. Hussars, Asian villagers, does have the African equivalent to the very fine coat. Oh, villagers, there we go. There they go. Admiral is now trying to engage. Of course, the palace here does do a little bit of bonus damage versus cavalry, 50% bonus damage. And over here, we've got a decent sized force, good number of skirmishers here. Skirmishers right now, veteran skirmishers have 18 damage, 2 range, and of course 144 health. Fulani archers right now, the elite Fulani archers do have 11 damage, 17 range, and twice attack speed, so effectively 22 versus 8 damage. 144 health versus 150 health, 20% range resist versus 30% range resist. So the skirmishers will be more durable, while the Fulani archers do have a higher damage. The skirmishers will get the first strike off. So they're very comparable, and we've got the French villagers on the Second Amendment now engaging, having also even higher range resist, even higher health, and one that does go down. Good focus fire there by blue. This will give red skirmishers plenty of extra room to work with, and also force blue into a fight. Of course, the skirmishers are also super effective versus those veteran riders as well. Also, it's down to 16 builders, not good. He could try getting a second town set out to even out the village count, because we got 38 Frenchmen versus 16 Africans. Yeah, that's just, even just by sheer number alone, the French village is also more effective than a center villager. It's a big problem for the Hausa player. He does have, okay, he just sold off some livestock. He does have 3 cattle, which is not a lot at the moment. Recently, it looks like bought some wood, or sell one of the cows for some wood. The coin livestock market is at maxed out. The market is maxed out, while the course cattle is not. So this one's pretty well fattened. Game volume's too loud. I can tone that down a little bit. Grass is torching down the granary. Based on the bars, it seems like everything's fine. Tone it down just a slight amount. Raiders now engaging the couriers. Dragoons get a good volley on the raiders. Dragoons, of course, a little bit outnumbered. I say a little bit, I mean very severely. Flying archers now getting some hits on the dragoons. Some of the French villagers have gone down. Also players now at 25 villagers. That was a really big spike change. He must have gone for a villager shipment. Yeah, he had time 10 or times 5 villager shipment. A lot of those javelin riders do go down. Good number of skirmisher. Blue right now doesn't really have a proper counter skirmishers. Yeah, this is like a 5 villages, 5 gear out. Yep.
Oui.
Villagers. Actually, not too much fun on the field. Red is more likely able to claim this. This one's untested, but hard for to claim that. Red's also going to send a map over here, eating some more of the fauna. Most of the Hausa's villagers on food as well. Bit on wood. Going for a round of raiders. Dragoons push way forward with some skirmishers. Crassers now mix on in. Got a decent sized force both sides, but the raiders being picked off there. I just get some of the dragoons. Dragoons may go down. Raiders engage the cuirassiers, which is not good for the raiders. Cuirassiers are super high quality. Cuirassiers now being hit by the gem riders. Bureauts and flying archers now push way forward. Flying archers need to hit those dragoons. It's able to keep them out cost effectively that way. Riders may want to fall back a little bit, but he's simply running out a little bit of steam. Dragoons. Raiders did take away a bit of fire from the skirmishers, but now they hit the javelin riders. Dragoons do find hailing goal as well. Trying to avoid the flying archers. Flying archers not really focusing down all too much, but also in skirmishers. Not many skirmishers remaining. Looks like blue will eke out a victory here, but it'll be a Pyrrhic victory. And seeing his economy is more soft than his opponent, it's not a good victory. So he may be able to claim these hunts and these beavers. Or muskrats. More javelin riders being pulled in the field, as well as a round of skirmishers and dragoons. Got 2 idle falconets here for the French. That's not good. That is a substantial amount of firepower not being utilized. And either of these players can go for a Cherokee rifleman, a native skirmisher, maybe the only native in this map. Dragoons do get a volley there on those villagers. Went to melee mode. Dragoons full damage versus villagers in melee. No negative multiplier there. Plus have higher attack speed while at it. Of course, these villagers do have a little bit of melee armor. Dragoons trying to engage these raiders. They do have 7.25 move. Looks like some of the villagers are getting hit. French villagers taking a bit of damage there. Dragoon's pretty forward. Got a round of falconets now finally engaged. It's great falling on those Thrawn archers. Losing a good number of them. We will fall on back. French player has 39 villagers versus opponent's just 30. French player's economy is still significantly better. Hausa player is now going for a round of 3-4 falconets himself that will spend all of his influence. I don't know why. I thought that sound effect was a petard sitting in that granary. I'm just going crazy. Falconets push forward with a little escort at the moment.
Ready.
We'll get a good volume on those skirmishers. Dragoons needs to sit on those falconets. Raiders now engaging them. Red's falconets now engaging. Blue's falconets push forward. Blue's falconets do get a good volume of Red's falconets. Red does take out only one falconet, while both of Red's falconets have been destroyed. So Crassier's find an angle onto those falconets, rip them apart. Not much of Blue force here to remain engaged in anything here. One Crassier may go down to one last shot. No, it does not. Blue's claimed that hunt over there, and there's not many hunts left in the field. That one Crassier pushed forward and got wiped out, as I thought he was going to be. Red is deployed a mill there. Didn't want to take time to build it back at home. Evervire's pushing along the flank. Got some skirmishers here. Generous muskrats can be picked up by one of those villagers. Red are trying to engage those skirmishers, but I've got some Crassiers for escort. Gavin riders there. Skirmishers now going to be shanked by the villagers, and everything else engaging those by those skirmishers. Red's force is circling around. And Blue's villagers here may go down. I don't really see a proper escape path for them, and Blue's army here is not large enough to engage those villagers. I'm gonna take some losses there on those villagers. More Crassiers push forward, and this is going to be a massive loss for Blue. Blue does lose everything there. Down to 17 villagers. Its opponent's at 40. So the French player is in a really good position, but like I mentioned beforehand, most of the local fault on the map has been cleaned on up. Both players need to start eyeing them for their secondary economy. But looks like got plenty for food per second. It's not bad at the moment. Like there's one too many livestock in this livestock market. Also, player right now has 16 builds on wood. He builds an outpost. He is desperate if he's going for an outpost right now. Maybe trying to go for some outlaws. Let's see. Desert Raiders are the heavy cavalry, or he can employ on the field, which they do siege damage. Let's see what's this. Royal Banquet and Mercenary Stratus. I forgot there's also the mercenary structure as well. Oh wait, no, He's going for some Black Riders, which is like how the strategies over here. It is just outlaws and defensive structure, no mercenaries. I saw this thing, he's going for mercenaries. He sold off, looks like, all the livestock for the influence to get out these mercenaries. This is maybe a desperate mercenary. Timbuktu Chronicles. I'm not sure what Timbuktu Chronicles does. Akin Gold Economy. There's a lot of mercenaries, light and heavy cavalry. This is a Lancer variant. He's going for 10 of these stratas. He had a lot of influence. Stratas, you can see here, they do 56 damage. Oh, I guess they don't have, or they're not technically Lancer.
No.
They're just basically ×2 Hazard. For the cost of 3 population or 300 influence, which I think is usually 300 coin, could be about that. There's a gold mine, probably shipped on in from that one upgrade. That will of course give him quite a bit of coin to work with. Round of Black Riders as well. Population as well, 270. 40 damage per shot. And age 3 dragoons. These veteran dragoons he's fighting against, which also does have various other shipment cards improve the damage. We're doing 26 damage, so these Black Riders effectively ×2 dragoon. Stratus push forward. Black Riders should just stay back against the skirmishers, but keep nearby so engage any sort of heavy cav that may show up. Looks like something's slowing down the formation, and the mercenaries now pushing forward. This is a substantial army. Got 108 population versus 76, but this is all mercenary. Additionally, you've got 23 villagers versus 45, so 60 military units versus 50 something. So the army size seems very similar. A lot of mercenaries. Dragoons pushing forward, gets a good volley on the strata. He should try pulling back those individual stratas. I don't think they have health regen as a passive ability, but Gyrots, of course, can heal them up quite nicely. Black Riders could stand around and fight. They have great combat sense. They have melee armor rather than range armor, which is a bit of a problem for them. But they do have good health. More Black Riders. A number of pikemen here, veteran pikemen, more skirmishers and dragoons, and got some French villagers may go down. A number of these guys are actually quite wounded as well. Akana Kanoba should try hitting those pikemen. Everything else should just keep its distance. Black Riders, of course, can use those guys as well as meat shield. And some of the stratas are engaging. Luckily, the pikemen here in Swan folks, he was able to successfully engage. Cuirassiers before. Black Riders were ripping them apart. We've got some exposed villagers over there. They only have concealment. Stratus now try and engage the skirmishers successfully. His armor will be cleaned up there. Musketeers, the Kanobas can turn around and fight, which they are. Dragons being hunted down. Tries to move at a pretty good speed as well as same speed as light cavalry. He shall peel off these Kanobas in a different formation so his cavalry can move around at full speed, which he does. Skirmishers get a good volley there. these mercenaries moving down south. Still does not know about these villagers here. Very exposed. Not to protect them once he spots them. Stuff in this coin mine. Almost half of it, so it's lasting a decent amount of time, and blue will find all these French villagers, which will be a massive loss for red. He is soon to be down below 40 villagers, points at 27. Going for more black riders as well. Dragoons do get more breathing room. More black riders there. Also engaged Air Palace. Got 2 livestock markets, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. You can clearly see which one's a better livestock market. More Gyrots, it's probably a good idea to keep those mercenaries healed on up. And the French player ploy does not have... I don't remember the French can get agents or assassins. Either way, he does not even have a church or some spies to shank those mercenaries. Falconet deployed in the field, which he's only been seeing a good number of cavalry, not enough infantry units to warrant a falconet, unless he wants to use it to destroy buildings, which will make a bit more sense. And mortar's not available in Age 4 unless you have a card for it, which he does not have a card for it. Outpost being employed in a very cinematic position. I agree. I think it'd be a good idea to evacuate these French villagers. It's way too vulnerable there. A large number of plantations here to collect up some coin. They're providing a nice amount of coin per of the villagers. He is using the falconet to torch down some stuff. Torch down, bust down, break stuff down. Got good enough gears here, so all these mercenaries are probably very well healthy. Trying to engage all the skirmishers, but here comes the Black Riders. Duking the falconet. Got a number of skirmishers here, which are Black Riders or light cavalry. Not a whole lot of skirmishers though. Black Riders have melee armor rather than range armor, which is a bit of a problem for them. They don't resist their counter. Couple stratouts and push forward, engage those skirmishers. Black Riders may be better off to go to melee mode. I don't know what the melee damage is, but they can. If they go to melee mode, they will utilize their melee armor rather than range attack. Lack of range armor. Blue does come out ahead there. Of course, got the outpost here, which does do 50% more damage versus all cavalry. The Emir is now being redeployed. Oh, everything's getting queued up quite. A number of Fulani archers there, very nice. Looks like he's going for a weird light infantry, light cavalry composition.
Yeah?
Mercenary, light cavalry is not exactly common for the, probably for most players. It's very rarely ever see mercenaries deployed on large numbers. Mercenary shipments are one thing, but mercenaries trained is another matter. And we got the outpost here. I just assumed the watchtower. I assume we're going to see some outlaws, in which desert raiders are not bad. Desert raiders are pretty good, though I don't know how the Hausa can reduce their population consumption, because desert raider archers have 3 population consumption, and Europeans are able to knock it down by 2 with the theater houses, making them a staple unit, and they're a pretty good staple unit. Hausa has a shipment available. Falcon has pushed way forward. What did I hear? Was there just a tree making a very large amount of sound? 3? Emir did take quite a bit of damage there. Emir is classified. No, Emir is classified as light range, not heavy cavalry. I think it's the Brahmin now classified heavy cavalry. Got some culverins in point of field, as well as the selective logging, which I'm assuming improves wood collection rate. I'm about ready to sleep. Excuse me. And the cows are pretty well fattened. If they're fully fattened, they provide extra influence. 0.65 influence is quite significant. See here, these guys are mostly fattened, providing +3. Soon, all these guys are doubling out his influence. So we'll give them quite a bit of extra resources to work with. Culverins firing away. And great hit there on those falconets. Push way forward there, but slowly. But now plenty archers here support. Does take out all the falconets. The culverins now don't really have any good targets left for them. Don't worry about bringing them forward. Back them up and push them way forward later. Go over up in research. Elite lifted knights being put on in. Swinging plow. That's a farm research.
Umarni?
Now that 0.63. I really don't know any of the African nations upgrades. Improved his food collection, although providing at 0.7 delicious food. French player is not aging up. Has enough coin to age up, needs a bit more food. Nearly 60 villagers versus 52. The Hausa player is being quite good, having pretty much a poor economy the entire game. And I always feel like these fields are far worse off than mills. I need to look up what makes them okay. Because mills provide at what, 0.67 food per second? Native American farms provide 0.5. And I think the fields have like point, which is horrible. Excuse me. More Shredits. Champion range warriors, so now his Fulani archers are champions. Age 4 there. Going for Tycoon. Should give him a 1,000 coin rebate. Got a large number of raiders there. He's going to try. His opponent is lacking enough anti-heavy cav. So if he just goes for a mass swarm, he should be fine. 0.64, 164 versus 107. The French player has not recovered his deployment. In fact, he's still not deploying anything. He has a large resource bank. He sees his army. He needs to start deploying out a. Most I see a bunch of light cavalry, but there's not a heavy cavalry mix on in. Anything will do. Cuirassier seems like a pretty good option to me. He's going for more Dragoon Skirmisher, standard composition. And we got some of these villagers getting raided once again. Let's push right forward. Auburn firing away. French fire is now aged up, has of course 1,000 coins sitting at his town center ready to be collected. Stratus push way forward. Still got a number of mercenaries here from Blue. Still has. Oh, he has some Pandurs. Pandurs are a counter skirmisher unit. He does not have counter infantry rifling to give him counter skirmisher rifling, but these guys should be very useful as skirmishers, having an additional 250% bonus damage versus light infantry. Raiders now push forward as well. They're also a counter skirmisher unit. Raiders getting distracted by the plantation. Colonial archers push forward. Pandurs trying to find some targets, but they're hitting the Dragoons. They do less damage versus heavy cav. They are a counter skirmisher unit, not a light infantry unit. They do bonus damage versus light infantry and counter skirmishers. Either way, it looks like Red has backed up the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching. On to the next one.